Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing some extensions on my nails. I've gotten questions in the Bling Galleria group on the three different types of gel nail adhesive glues. Now there are three different kinds that Bling Galleria sells. This one is the solid nail glue, which is my favorite, and I already have a full video on how to use this glue. This one is like a medium viscosity, and then this one is your typical nail glue gel. I'm going to be using the soft gel tips. This is the XV line. The 15 line has 15 sizes. This one is the variety pack I got because I wasn't sure which shape and length that I was going to like. I end up using the almond medium. I'm actually loving the shape, loving the apex on it and everything. But I just kind of wanted to show you the inside. I love a variety pack of anything really. So I can sample everything out. Soft gel, the creator, the owner of Soft Gel was one of the co-founders of Apres. So if you're not wanting to use Apres and you still love Apres, switch to Soft Gel and you'll love it. I love them as well. I've been using them for a couple of months now and I love them. I've already sized out my tips and I etched one of them because I changed the sizes in a previous set, but we're going to use it for this one. And as y'all know, I have a video of using Peely Base underneath my tips, but this one is no longer available. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be trying out a couple of new ones. Now I have this Born Pretty one. It says base gel, but it's a peelable base. But I also have three other ones. There are many more on Amazon. I just have these ones for now to try. This Moravian one is also a gel one. I have Gelin peelable base coat. And then I have the one from Beetles. Now there is one that Anne Elizabeth uses, and that's the one that I'm going to use next. Now, I don't do my peel method the same way that she does with her Cozy Cocoon method. I do it a little bit different. And I'm going to be using two of them in this video underneath of my extensions to be able to try some out. I want to find one that works for me, but also for y'all since Bubble closed. I have like 3 bottles of the Bubble Peely Base, but I know that y'all would love to have one that's available. So we're going to do that. So this is my brand new rechargeable dust collector that I got off Amazon. I love it. I love a rechargeable anything, a rechargeable lamp, a rechargeable dust collector, and it's pretty with the green stones on it. I love it. I think it's very, very, very pretty. They're like green AB rhinestones, and it's relatively quiet, and it's pretty strong. I love it. I'm also going to be using my AZ Go-Go e-file. I have a video about that a few videos back. It's still my go-to. Like I said before, it sits on my desk and it's my go-to. I also use my AZ Go-Go dust collector, but not in this video. All right, so to etch my tips, I choose to use a 150 because it's not super fine. I could probably go lower, like an 80 or something, but I don't want to like shred through my tips. I just want to rough them up on the inside because even though I am doing a peel base on my nails, I still do want them to last. So until I take them off, I'm going to give them a wear test and they're not going to be peeled off in this video. This is just the application video. So you'll have to stay tuned. I'm going to wear them for at least a week. I'm going to give you an update and I'm going to kind of show y'all how long they last, how easy they are to remove. So stay tuned for the removal video because I will take y'all along. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to etch the underside of the tips. If you want to have your tips adhere to your nails better, I would definitely suggest etching manually, like physically etching them, not using the not just using like a chemical etch. I mean, it does work. There are people that use it and it works fine. I am just one that likes to physically etch the tips. Like I just like to do that. I like to see the grooves and know that the gel is going to be sticking in there. That's just what I do. I also like to thin out the cuticle area just a tiny bit, and make sure that I check every single nail. Like I already sized them. Yes, I already fit them to my cuticle. Yes, but after I do this part, I like to make sure that they fit precisely to my nail at that moment. And I like to make sure that the etching covers my entire natural nail before I apply them because that will help just adhesion and everything just properly. And also, when you etch them to the full extent of your natural nail, you have a guideline for when you are applying your gel underneath. So, also a little trick for how to get the right amount of glue. Also, yes, I do etch the tips that come already pre etched because for me, that's not enough grippy texture to be comfortable with. So, I like to do this type of etching on all of my tips. And I just wanted to show y'all one hand fully, slowly, not really super slow. I think I sped it up a little bit, but I just wanted to show y'all how I etch them and fit them to my nails and kind of my process. And I do both hands in this video. On one hand, I'll use the brush on nail glue, which is like your traditional glue that's like a thinner viscosity. And then on the other hand, I will use the medium viscosity. So, as far as like comparisons go, I would say that the viscosity of the brush on nail glue is kind of like a rubber base type consistency. It's not quite as thick as a builder gel, but it's not going to run everywhere like a regular air dry glue or a super thin like base coat. It's got like a rubber base consistency. And then the medium viscosity is not quite a solid nail glue, but it's not quite a runny viscosity either. It's going to be like, I don't know if you've tried Beetles nail glue or anything that's kind of like even the air dry glue that's more like a thicker air dry glue, like Curve Life consistency, even because when you put the nail on with the glue and you leave it there, it's not going to move, even with the medium viscosity. Now, with the thin viscosity, it will move a little bit, so you just want to be careful when you're applying them like that. But it's just like a comparison. So I figured since I'm not going to use the solid nail glue in this video, I still wanted to show a comparison of all three glues. This one is my favorite one. This is the one that I generally use because my fingers are crooked, my nails are crooked, and I like to make sure that my nails go on straight. There is nothing like a huge pet peeve when my nails just go on slightly crooked. It annoys me. But it also gives me more time to work on it. I don't have to be as precise with this solid nail glue. So my first pick always is solid nail glue. If you're having a hard time adhering your tips straight or just at all, get you some solid nail glue and you will never go back. I've said that in a couple of other videos, but I promise it's true. All right. This is the medium viscosity one. It's still pretty thick. It's not quite as thick as you'll see when I put the little cuticle tool in it, the orange wood stick in it. It's not as viscous as the other one, but this one is your traditional, like your traditional nail glue that you will see pretty much anywhere. This is pretty much the consistency of every nail glue. Really, like it just is nice. So here's the comparison with all three of them. I'm going to take a cuticle stick. I'm going to kind of go through them so you can kind of see how they move around. But I did want to mention that Bling Galleria gels are all HEMA free, HPMA free, TPO free, vegan, all of that stuff. Like they are some of the cleanest gels on the market. They still work amazingly well. A lot of people that I have known that have had allergies to gel have switched to Bling Galleria and they have been doing wonderful. But always, 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 please be very careful when using your gel products. I recommend wiping off as soon as you get anything on your skin to just wipe it off immediately. You guys will see me do that throughout this video. Applying tips can be messy, but I wanted to kind of give you like a slow, in-depth tutorial on how I do my nail extensions. So, on my natural nails, I actually have, the video for this using this will be linked in the description because I already have one out, so we're not going to use this one today. So, on my natural nails, I have the 8-in-1 gel that I'm going to show at the end, and I have a top coat. For my non-dominant hand, I'm going to use the thicker one because it's a little bit easier. And for my for my right hand, I'm going to use the one in the brown tube, and for my left hand, I'm going to use the one in the black brush-on container. And I'm going to use this Born Pretty for my left hand. I want to show you the ingredients, pause to read. Directions are on there, all of that good stuff. I'm going to use that on my left hand as the peel base. Now, I have found that if you are putting like a hard gel layer or a rubber base layer on your natural nails and you would like to keep it there, please put a top coat on. It's a crucial step. Gel sticks to gel, so the peel base is more likely to stick to the hard gel, builder gel, whatever. Just make sure you have a top coat layer in between, right? And what I like to do with the peel base, if I want them to last a little bit, is I don't go all the way to the cuticle or to the sidewalls. I do go all the way to the free edge because I don't like, when I take my extensions off, to rip the free edge off my nail. I have found that out the hard way. I also do like to keep my nails relatively short. Some people like to grow their natural nails out. I am not one of those people. My pinky is like one of those ski slope nails where it curves up. My index finger goes down, yada yada. It's always one of the two. So I just like to keep my nails really short. They stay short like this, even maybe just a tiny bit of a free edge, but I like to keep my nails very short when I am not wearing extensions. Just personal choice. You can grow them out if you want. I just don't like seeing them underneath, and they grow weird, so I don't like having to deal with that if I'm going to put extensions on anyway. So back to what we are doing. I am applying the peel base. I'm applying it on all of the nails, and then I am going to give a full cure for 60 seconds. Now, I like to personally use isopropyl alcohol, and I like to wipe down my nails. I use 70% most of the time. I use 90% when I'm doing like nail art or whatever, but usually I use 70%. So I'm going to get my flash cure lamp ready. I use my flash cure lamp from Sundara. It is a touch lamp. I love that because then I can do like basically a hands-free type deal. But I love a good flash cure lamp. I have the one from Painted Desert as well. This one just is a touch sensor and I really enjoy it. So what we're going to do now is we are going to apply the nail extensions with the nail glue. And spoiler alert, it goes fantastic, but also I have never used this before. I recently received this because a lot of people were wanting to see it in the Bling Galleria group, so I figured I would do a tutorial video to show how to use it, and I have actually never used this particular glue before. So this is my first time using it. Didn't try it beforehand because some stuff I do like to do for the first time on the channel, just kind of showing y'all how easy it is to use even for the first time. There are some things that I like to troubleshoot and play around with a little bit before doing on the channel, just because I like to make sure that I'm understanding what I'm doing before bringing it on here for y'all. But yeah, super simple to apply. I get a couple of air bubbles in a couple of them, but nothing substantial, nothing that's going to give me a greenie. If you do apply too much glue, just swipe it off your nail and reapply. I do like to apply at a 45-degree angle and then push down until the gel reaches the free edge and then cure. I got a little bit excess and I'm just wiping it off. And I'm going to leave my flash cure light on while I'm doing my extensions just so that it can be ready. But I mean, I say that's a pretty good first time nail. Wouldn't you say so? I mean, I would think so. Now I'm just going to repeat the process for all of the nails, and then when I'm finished, I'm going to do a full cure for 60 seconds in my large lamp, in my full-size lamp. I only use this for flash curing, and it's called a flash cure lamp. So therefore, you must do a full cure. We're not going to use this lamp to fully cure our nails because we want to make sure that all of the gel is cured, because gel allergies are not something we want to tangle with. I have been so blessed to not have had any, even when I was learning. So I like to keep it that way and full cure. Please full cure your nails at the end. All right. So I'm just going to be moving along with these. I love these nail tips. They are pretty great. Time for me to buy a box. I've been using them, I think 4 sets now, and I really love them. I've been looking for the best nail extensions. I have not wanted to buy the Apres, so I'm glad that Carole came out with her own line, and now I can buy them. They have lines. They have the X2, which is the 12 line, and which has 12 sizes. They are a natural fit, but they also have an XV sculpted line and an XV natural line. And I'm looking forward to trying those out. I have the variety box of the XV and the X2 lines. I have those variety boxes. And then I do have a full box of this medium stiletto sculpted of the XV. But I do I don't even know if that's how you say it. Is that how she says it? I'll have to go watch another video now, make sure I'm saying it right. But either way, the 12 and the 15, it says the sizes in there. But yeah, those tips are definitely worth checking out. They're thick, they're not going to break, they're great. Some of my nails have more of an apex than the other, like my index finger and my ring finger have more of an apex than the rest of my nails. The rest of my nails are more flat, so I just go with the one that has the most apex just to make everything fit properly on all of my nails. And as you see, my nail is crooked. So the best way to get the nail to be straight is to go from the second knuckle up and place it. Even though I did that with this glue, for me, it's hard to get the nail straight. So I still do make it a little bit crooked, but there's always next time, right? It wasn't crooked enough for me to fix. It'll be fine for a couple of weeks. I will just try not to look at it. I mean, I generally don't look at my hands straight on like that, but it goes with my nail. It's fine you have to pick which way you want it to be straight. Because if you have it straight, when your hands are straight like this, your fingers are straight, it will be crooked when you do a fist or you put them down to look at them. So you just got to pick which way you want it to be straight when you have a crooked finger. And the trick, see, it's straight there, but when I put my hand out flat, it is not straight. So that's just a trick that I had learned from watching a lot of different people that have crooked nails, is go by the second knuckle and go straight out if you want them to be straight. So just a little tip to throw in. But I'm going to finish up with the thumbnail. Goes the same way. Just try to make sure you are getting enough glue to fill up the entire nail. Because if you're not having the glue go all the way to the free edge, there's a chance of greenies, there's a chance of lifting, there's a chance of the nail popping off. Lots of different things can happen if you're not getting enough glue into the nail. So just make sure you're doing that, and don't push too hard on them either, because I have noticed that if you push too hard on the nail and you attach it, it'll feel like your nail is like pulling off the nail bed, and we don't want that either. So after we have flash cured all of the nails, we will put them into our big lamp and give them a full cure for 60 seconds so that everything stays in place. Now, you're not going to want to wipe your nails with alcohol because it's going to turn the tips white. So I'm just going to kind of leave it. If you must wipe around them, you wipe with acetone, unless you're okay with your tips turning white. But we are all finished. Relatively simple, relatively easy, pretty beginner friendly if you ask me. The gel was not so thin that it was hard to work with, but not so thick that it was also hard to work with. So now we're going to move on, and we are going to put the Moravian peel base on my right hand. And then we are going to apply the tips with this medium viscosity gel, and we are going to put them on the right hand, which is my dominant hand. I'm going to be using my non-dominant hand to do this. So same ordeal with the peel base. I am not getting it to the sides or the cuticle. I'm just doing kind of like the center-ish area, because I don't want them to peel off like immediately. I do want them to wear a little while. And usually I can get about 9 days or so with heavy water use, heavy washing my hands, bathing my kids, washing my hair. I have started wearing gloves when I do the dishes, so I don't get a lot of Dawn dish soap on my hands, but I do wash my hands a lot, and I do wash my kids' hair a lot, and I wash my own hair a good amount as well. So there's a lot of hands in the water. Even throughout the summer, I can still make them last a good 9 days. So it really just is a matter of how you do it, how thick you apply the base, and et cetera, et cetera. But I'm going to test these out and I'll let you guys know my thoughts. I do plan on testing out the other two that I showed in the beginning of the video, along with another one as well. A couple of different methods for how to use them and such like that. But I'm going to take you guys along the ride of my peel base under the extensions journey because nobody has time to soak off their nails. I mean, you do probably if you really wanted to, but I really don't like to soak off my nails. I would rather just put on a new set and not worrying about filling them in, especially when it's on my dominant hand. I can't be bothered to do a fill in on my right hand. Can't be bothered for that. So I just take my extensions off and I'd rather put a new extension on. For me, I don't want to do that. So I wipe off with isopropyl alcohol and now I'm going to proceed to apply my extensions. I will let you guys kind of watch. It's pretty much the same thing. I do it in normal speed. So it is pretty simple. It's in real time and you guys can watch kind of how I do that. I'm going to be using my non-dominant hand to apply the extensions onto my dominant hand, and then I'm going to flash cure I'm going to flash cure each one, and then I'm going to full cure in my big lamp at the end, and then I will be back. right, so now that we have fully cured both hands, I need to put a top coat on the underside of the nails. I just like that it keeps them looking really clean throughout the time that I'm wearing them, and also gives them more of a gloss look if I decide to do a more sheer nail. I like to use a primer and then I go in with this NSI top coat. It's at the bottom of the bottle, so I've used the crap out of it and it's almost done. So I might as well just finish it out. I use it for the underside of my extensions just because it's got like fuzzies and all that kind of stuff in it. It just isn't good for a top coat on top anymore, but that is a very good top coat. I also have the glistening one and they're both very, very good. That's like my go-to that I use like for under my extensions. It's just an older top coat. Doesn't have to be a favorite one, but I like to put the primer because I do notice that if I don't add the primer underneath, the top coat underneath decides it wants to peel sometimes. So I go ahead and I put the primer underneath just because I found that that's what works for me and my extensions and stuff. So I just put the primer, I let it fully dry. I'm very careful about making sure that I'm not touching my nail down there or my finger, or like really it's just like the tip of my finger. I'm making sure that I'm only touching the extension. So you want to be really careful when you're doing the underbellies of the nails, especially with shorter nails, that you're not pouring all of that gel and product onto your nails. So just be very, very careful on the underside. But I do think that this helps with the extensions looking really clear and crisp. And if you want to do like stained glass nails or anything really sheer, I really think that it is a very good step. Also, if you just want to keep the underside of your nails looking not crusty, dusty, like you just dug in the dirt, then I definitely suggest it as well. So yeah, definitely something that I suggest all the time. I've seen a bunch of people do it. I heard it from somebody else a long time ago, and ever since then, I just have continued to do it. I just don't show it as much, but I always do this every single time I do extensions. It keeps them looking really good. Just trust me there. It keeps them looking really good and it keeps them from looking really dirty. So, yeah, good step to do. After you do this, it's very awkward to do it on the thumb, as you will see. It's just like very weird reach. Just be very careful you're not getting it on the tip of your finger. Leave your hand flipped upside down like that and put it into your lamp for a full 60-second cure. Do the same thing for your other hand. And now this is going to be before any filing, because if you do start to do your filing, then your nail dust can get trapped in there and it can just get to be a sticky, dirty, linty, dusty mess before you get the top coat down there. So this is immediately after applying extensions, before sealing the cuticle, before doing any top filing or anything like that. I would suggest doing this step. I mean, just a suggestion, but you can ultimately do it whenever. Sometimes I forget and I do it later, but it's just a lot of dusty mess. And I just find that when I remember, I try to do it at this point in time because I have the urge to seal the cuticles and all that, but do this first if you can remember. Yeah. Sometimes that angle is really weird on the thumb and I have like a really hard time doing that, but yeah. I got it done. Got both hands in the lamp, got them fully cured, got them ready to go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to seal the cuticles. I think they look really good. I haven't done extensions in a little bit. I just been kind of rocking my natural nails. I did some press-ons before this a couple of times just because if y'all see my community tab, you kind of know what's going on. But I am back to extensions for a little bit. Got the nail glue gel with the peel base on the one hand, got the nail glue gel on the other hand with a different peel base. I'll let you guys know how they wear with the peel base. Now, I don't want to put them on and give them a true wear test at this time just because I don't like to soak my nails off. So maybe I'll do that in the future if that's something y'all want to see. But I do not like my nails to grow out at all. When 1 week hits, I'm ready to do a fill and all that. Even when I was younger, I was in the salon like every week and a half. I could barely even make it 2 weeks to do my nails. I don't like the grow out to show. For me, it's just a thing. So wearing them for 6 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, for me, that's something that seems like impossible. But I do wear them that long. I just don't let them go without a fill. So right now I'm just sealing the cuticle. I think I show both hands, but I leave one hand in real time for you guys to see. I think it's only sped up to like a 1.10. But I like to leave as much in real time for this video as possible because this is like an updated applying my tips using this gel, using my e-file, showing you how I seal the cuticle, kind of how I do everything to apply my extensions. But while y'all are watching this, I just wanted to like throw in some extra tips, tricks, things, whatever. But with the peel base underneath, it allows me to just pop off my extensions very easily and keep my hard gel underneath, or builder gel or rubber base or whatever, basically a base coat on my nails, like a base of something, so that I'm not damaging my nails. Um, I like to have nice nails. I like to have my extensions on, but I also don't like to ruin my natural nail. It also helps, like if I bang my nail on something, it's less likely to hurt as bad because the extension is not pulling on my natural nail. It's kind of on top of like a barrier. So I just like to keep something on my natural nails at all times. Even when I don't have extensions on, I like to keep a rubber base or something on my nails so that they are always protected. So yeah, I just feel like this peel base underneath gives me the best of both worlds. I can have my extensions, but I can also easily remove them without having to go through like a really long soak off process. And yeah, it's just easier for me. And I'll show y'all in the removal video. But I am working on doing a little revamp, I guess, of the channel. So stay tuned for that. Um, I have a lot more nail art coming. I've been getting more into nail art, but I can't just do all of the nail art on my nails all the time. So I'm going to be doing some nail art videos, some fun videos, some videos that aren't on my hands, but stuff that I've just been wanting to do for a long time, and I feel like I want to share. So stay tuned for those. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you're probably going to want to follow me on Instagram because I'm going to do a 30 days of nail art, 30 days of fall nails in November. Starting November 1st, I'm going to post a reel or a tutorial every day or a picture of something every day in November. So if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. It'll be linked in the description box. So yeah, follow me over there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to post it over on TikTok as well. I know that I'm for sure going to at least make it on Instagram every day. And maybe I'll try to see what I can do about posting on TikTok more and even my YouTube shorts. I don't know how many long videos I'll be doing in November, but I do know that I'm going to shoot for doing more nail art stuff. And I have some fun long form videos coming as well. So no worries. I've got the aqua nails. I've got the claw nails that I've been wanting to do. So my next video, I think I'm going to do some form of like the jewel nails and then bangle nails. I've been seeing them everywhere and I really want to try them out on my shorter nails. So do my own take on it. Marbling, all kinds of fun different things I'm going to be trying. All the things I've been like wanting to do, but I've been just so busy this year with everything that yeah, life got a little bit in the way for a second, but I've got some fun stuff that I want to do. But yeah, quick and easy. Got both hands done, filed off the shine on all the nails. This is acetone. I heard this from a bunch of nail techs to use acetone to seal the cuticle, not a whole lot to like flood it. So you want to be careful with the amount that you're using and run it along the edges of the nails, around the cuticle area and the sidewalls just to kind of melt it into the nail. It will help secure the extension onto your nail and it will help it last longer. I have had people say to be careful with the amount of acetone that I'm using because it can cause lifting. So yes, be careful with the amount that you're using, but definitely don't skip that step. If you're having lifting, try it out. And I know a ton of people, or at least over 20 people that I follow, do it all the time. I watch lots of videos, even when I'm doing my nails. When I'm going for a walk, I'll listen to some videos. I just like to get education. Whoever is willing to share their experience, their learning, their skills, all these nail techs that don't gatekeep, that share freely and help all the time. I love them and I follow them and I support that and I love to learn. Always about learning something new. If you have a favorite YouTuber that you follow or a favorite nail artist that you follow, drop them in the description box. I would love to follow them. I love learning and all of that. I am not licensed. Maybe one day I will get licensed. I don't want to do other people's nails, really. I do close family and friends, but I don't necessarily think I want to become a true nail tech at the moment. But I love learning and I pick up lots of different things. People's nails that I do, they love them. So there's that. I'm very careful. Nobody has any problems. So yeah, just throwing that out there. I'm very careful with everybody's nails that I do. But for now, I am unlicensed and a DIYer, and I love to learn. I love to soak it all in. I'm always about learning something new. So we are sealing the cuticles. Important step. After you get done sealing the cuticles, then you're going to want to just shape a little bit if you'd like at this point. Make sure your shape is really good. I don't really shape until after I've sealed the cuticle. That's just a me thing. You can shape whenever you'd like to shape, but that's just something that I do. So, got the nails looking good. Now, right here, you can go from here and go straight into your nail set if you would like to. Nails are ready to go 100% for any kind of nail art that you're wanting to do. But for me, applying a set of extensions, I like to have a little bit of an extra strengthener on the nails. I like to have like a semi-nude base. So what I like to do, I think they look great. Just showing you guys how they look, how everything is looking right now. And yeah, you could go in and do your set from here. But I like to use this multifunction gel. It is an 8-in-1 builder gel. You can use it as a base. You can use it as a tip extension. Lots of different uses for it. I like to use it over my extensions underneath of a top coat. So I am going to go ahead and apply this off camera so that we can get to the end of the video. I applied it, I buffed it, and then everything is ready for top coat. I love this 8-in-1. That is also the color I have on my natural nails that I like to keep it underneath my extensions as well as on top. And then I will apply a top coat and then everything will be all finished. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and get the top coat on my nails and then they will be all finished and ready to go for the rest of the evening. I like to apply peel base on top of my top coat and then just be able to switch out my nail color on top of my extensions as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that off camera. And then I don't really show it in this video, but that's what I end up doing. These are the two gels that I used. Again, I used the nail glue gel on my left hand, the brush on, and then I used the medium viscosity on my right hand. And then here again are the two peel bases that I used for this set. I'm going to let you know how they wear, how they do. As of 24 hours later, as of the voiceover, everything is on great. I took a very long shower, shaved my legs, washed my hair. After this, everything is still on fantastic. So, yeah, I will update you guys in a week on how they are doing, how they are wearing. But I hope this video helps. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you on the next video.